Oh, bravo, Andy. Boy, you really know how to get the party started. Yes, you do, honey. Two of the shadiest drama queens on reality television airing on Bravo. Put them in chairs next to each other and see what happened. Bravo, Andy. You're a hot mess. Baby, listen here. I was out there in them streets in my travels, and I ran into Bravo Andy that pulled a fast one, honey. Bravo Andy knows how to get our attention and get it going on. Two of the shadiest of the shady sitting next to each other. Quad and Kenya Moore. Sit them next to each other and see what happened. Either the two of them are going to shade someone else or they're going to shade each other. And they did. You know, they were shading the when the callers would come in, they shade them, talked about folks' phones. The phone wasn't working right. Like, oh, girl, that bill paid. You know, just normal quad in Kenya is so natural. They know how to throw shade. They know how to make for a good show. But what we didn't know, of course, they turned around and there was shade between the two of them. And it ended up being this whole thing where it was like, well, wait a minute, hold on. And they both look, by the way, they both look great. They did. They both look great. You know, I got to cover that. They look great. Quad, come on with the shoe. She had an old nasty pair of shoes with a nice little ankle strap. So come on here with these shoes. But they both look really, really pretty. They did. And they both acted really, really ugly. I was like, okay. But anyway, they're on there and, everything's going fine. And then the next thing you know, Quad is asking a question. And Kenya gave her this cold, let him ask the questions, honey. I was like, what was that? Now, I knew that wasn't going to work. Like, I just knew that wasn't going to work. That was not just going to just fall to the side and nobody say anything. So then they ended up kind of going on, and then there ended up being this thing where she ended up saying, well, Quan said, I understand you had something to say about my ex-husband. And she will say, oh, yes, I loved your ex-husband. I think he's such a nice guy. Now, I don't know how he treated you. Yeah, we do know how he treated her because we all seen it. And Quad gave her, just like I don't know how it is that Mark's treating you currently. I said, oh! I was like, oh, Andy, what is this? What is this? And then it was like, okay, so what is this shade? Of course, you know Bravo Andy. What is this? What's all this about? So apparently, there was some situation wherever Quad was on the show with Sheree that Kenya felt as though Quad threw shade at her. And whatever her situation was, you know how they be talking about different situations. She felt like Quad threw some shade. Well, it ended up being this whole thing where at first Kenya kept saying, well, I don't even want to talk about it. It's not really all that important. And Quad was giving her, no, 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 sweetie, because you throwing shade and carrying on doing the most. Let's go, and y'all know I'm paraphrasing, but she says, let's go ahead and take care of it live because, like, what exactly was said? What are you accusing me of that got you so in your feelings, sis? And the viewers are asking questions. The viewers want to know, what is it that I really did to you, ma'am? So it ends up what had happened. There was the whole situation where Kenya's mother didn't answer the door. Okay. And Quad told her, yes, when your mother didn't answer the door, actually, I felt really bad for you. I don't feel like you deserve that. I didn't like it at all. I felt bad for you. And Kenya's like, well, no, that's not the way it came across, because when it was going on and you were on here with Sheree, you was kikiing and cackling and throwing shade. And Quad denied it. Like, no, I wasn't sitting kikiing and cackling. I didn't like that. I remember I didn't like that. I wasn't kikiing and cackling. So she says, roll the Bing footage, honey. And Andy's like, well, they looked at it in the back. She's like, roll the footage. Because she didn't believe it. She didn't believe it. She wasn't just taking that like that. And they're like, well, we can't run it. We don't have this set up to be able to run it. And Qua's like, oh, so this is just, y'all just wanted to talk about it like that. That's that what we're doing now? Okay, cool. But then she shut it down. And she told Kenya, listen, whatever it was, I can't take it back. I can't tell you I know how you feel or none of that good stuff like that. But what I can do is tell you I received what you said and I apologize. I apologize. And Kenya's like, well, that's nice. Thank you. And I was like, I was like, that was cute for TV. But knowing Kenya the way I know Kenya, child, accept that apology, child. I sat over there and just cackled and kiki, and I said, I'll be willing to bet money when they see each other again, honey. It'll either be they'll pretend like they ain't seeing each other, or it'll be very, very television. Hey, girl. Because Quad ain't believe that. She ain't believe that at all. But she squashed it like, you're not gonna have me looking crazy on TV. That's not gonna happen. I'm gonna go on and apologize to this heifer. But she didn't believe it. She did not believe that. And something like that, I think you would probably remember if you were laughing. And I'm like, come on, Andy, we want to see the footage. We want to see it. We want to see the footage. But whatever. I'm not so certain that this is the last we're gonna hear this. But listen, y'all know what I'll be doing. You know I'll have my ear to the street. Let it come up again. And I'll be back and I'll let y'all know what happened, honey. But I don't think we've seen or heard the last of this. It was pretty funny though. Like I said, two of the shadiest queens on Bravo. Put them side by side. That Andy, you are a hot mess. You know how to make TV, sir.